Premier League TV rights in the UK have always been a hot topic of conversation. There's no legal way for fans to watch every game, and no matches at all are broadcast live on free-to-air television, with the games currently split across Sky Sports, TNT Sports and Amazon Prime. In December 2023, the Premier League inked a new TV deal for 2025 to 2029 worth a staggering £6.7 billion. What sort of changes can fans expect to see on their screens? Well, firstly, it's important to note that this deal exclusively covers domestic broadcasting rights, with overseas rights set to be negotiated separately. However, fans of the Premier League will be happy to note that they will be able to watch more games under the current deal than they did in the previous one, especially on Sky Sports. Under the current deal, Sky broadcasts 128 games, but this will jump up to 215. TNT Sports keeps its current quota of 52 games, whilst Amazon has walked away from the Premier League rights game. Sky's total coverage will span 140 weekend games, the Monday and Friday night matches, and outright coverage of 3 rounds of midweek fixtures. Sky will also show every single game on the final day of the Premier League season for the first time ever. TNT will keep its regular slot of 12:30 kickoffs on a Saturday, as well as exclusively showing 2 lots of midweek matches. One significant change will be the 2 PM Sunday slot, which has become an increasingly common kickoff time since clubs started competing in European football on Thursday nights. Previously, Sky would only ever broadcast one game at this time, but under the new deal, they'll be allowed to broadcast them all. However, the controversial 3 PM Saturday blackout remains in place under the new deal. Instituted over 60 years ago to protect attendance figures and grassroots participation, the blackout remains a contentious issue. Whilst it promotes live attendance, some argue that the financial gains from televised matches could outweigh the concerns about declining in-person attendance. Another, more popular tradition will also be maintained with the new television deal: BBC's Match of the Day. Whilst the BBC doesn't have any rights to televise any Premier League game live, they do retain the rights to the highlights of all matches. The money behind the new deal is eye-popping, worth £1.675 billion per year to the clubs, which will likely continue the Premier League's dominance in the transfer market. For context, Serie A in Italy recently penned a new deal worth £774 million per year per club, so less than half the Premier League, whilst Ligue 1 in France scrapped a recent auction due to the bids being too low. The Premier League will also likely have fresh options when the deal runs out in 2029. The likes of DAZN and Viaplay have been mentioned as options. Amazon could return to the table, whilst Apple's recent move in becoming the global streaming platform for MLS is being watched by everyone with interest. The industry is still speculating about Netflix potentially becoming a player in the sports rights too, whilst the Premier League could also go it alone and launch their own streaming service. This new TV deal gives the Premier League plenty of time to consider all options, whilst also ensuring that England's top flight is likely to stay as the most popular domestic football league in the world for the foreseeable future.